So is there any way that I could possibly hide in a shell, rather than review this movie?
This will help us build an army. It needs to be synthesized, which is where you come in.
Oh, this is gonna be good!
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows is another run at the quartet of Renaissance reptiles as they once again try to save New York City from certain peril. Is there enough here to make up for a mediocre first offering in this franchise? Here's 5 things you might want to know about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. I guess the short answer to that, and we'll call this number 1, is it pretty much is the first one. I kind of like it actually when a sequel's like that. It makes my job a lot easier because if you enjoyed the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, you're probably going to enjoy this one. If you rolled your eyes at it, thought it was a little ridiculous, and didn't like it, well, guess what? Same experience here. So that's just a caution right off the bat. You're going to pretty much think about this one kind of what you thought about the first. Let's hit a positive right out of the gate. I like the way this world looks. I like the design of the turtles. I think it works well for the action scenes. I may be on the minority on this, but I actually enjoy the way this world is designed. It hits that nostalgia button that I have for these characters, and I think manages to put them in a real-world environment fairly well. For number 3, let's talk about the silliness of this thing. I went back and forth on this as to whether to make that a positive or a negative or kind of in between. For me, I don't mind silliness. I can forgive a world that is just kind of silly and over the top, and if that's kind of a tonal choice. The problem with this movie is that it goes from being silly to ridiculous. It goes from laughing to eye-rolling. And when you cross over that boundary, I think you have to take some caution in saying that it's a good thing. I can forgive silliness. Eye-rolling, not so much. Of course, none of that is helped by the fact that this movie is just lazy. They don't do any work to put a good story together here, to really mesh the plot together in a way that's going to be cohesive or bring you along. Everything that happens in this movie happens because the writers needed it to happen. It's full of plot convenience, and that annoys the snot out of me. Now, I know in a movie like this, you're not expecting it to be some great drama, but at the same time, at least give me a story that's going to pull me along and make me care about what's going on. But the worst thing about this movie for me, and what really sends me away disappointed, is the thematic work here. There are actually a couple of decent themes they toy with in this movie, specifically one about being ostracized and wanting people to like you no matter who you are and where you come from. That's something we can all, identify with. But the movie doesn't give it any substance. It doesn't go deeper into it. And more than that, it doesn't give it any kind of satisfactory resolution. So we're kind of left disappointed by even touching on it because we don't get to really explore it. Instead, we just get more action scenes and cheese pizza and one-liners, which apparently is what the movie was supposed to be about in the first place. Overall, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows is silly and could be a little bit fun, but there's just too much missing plot-wise and heart-wise here for me to give it anything above a C. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. You can check out more about what goes on here by clicking the cards. It's the little info button right up there. You can look at other reviews, kind of check out the website, support the channel if you want to do that. Search me out on social media if you like. My name's Aaron Dicer, Aarondicer. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Snapchat, wherever you want to hang out. I'd be more than glad to meet you there. All right, on to the Best Ever Challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category. Also try to identify my choice. It's a different one. What is the best movie ever that has more characters in its title than this one? 48 characters in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. What is your best movie that has more characters than that? Not Master and Commander Far Side of the World. No, that has 47. It's less. Not Sweeney Todd Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Nope, that's about 43. Still less. For mine, I'd have to go with the one that doesn't even have a colon to get there and sounds like a news headline from the 19th century. Take a guess at mine in the comments. Leave your choice there as well. By the way, the first person to get mine right does get a point. As always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit the subscribe logo. Just click it right down in this corner.